Sonic the Hedgehog from the video games versus Son Goku from Dragon Ball. Who would win? Now, obviously, like I said before, you already know my answer, but y'all want me to break it down even further, so let's get to it. The three main feats I want to talk about when it comes to Sonic is Arabian Nights, the Time Eater, and Solaris. Now, again, a lot of these people that perceive Sonic to be at this high level of strength and speed have not even played Sonic games, and more on that, they misconstrue the active events that are told to us in these games. It's come to my attention that apparently people think that Sonic in just base form quite literally is low multiversal because he defeated Eraser Jin, who absorbed half of the Arabian Nights. However, Sonic has no true scaling to Eraser Jin, as it's openly shown that Sonic was getting his ass beat by him, but he also had to get amped by 4 of the 7 world rings. More on that, he got amped again by the additional 3, and he still had to attack Eraser Jin's weak point as a means of doing damage to him. More on that, Eraser Jin didn't even absorb Arabian Nights. What he did was he absorbed half of Arabian Nights' stories. Their stories and the actual physiology of the world are not the same thing, and this is openly proven to us as Arabian Nights is fully intact and still remains even after Eraser Jin absorbs the stories. Also, Arabian Nights and the realms within it are not separate space-times. I don't know who told y'all this. It is directly confirmed that Arabian Nights is one world split into 6 realms that can all be perceived from each other. So no, it's not infinite, it's not universal, it's none of these things. The next feat would be modern and classic Sonic being able to defeat the Time Eater, and again, this is another one of those misconstrued feats that just would openly get dismantled if somebody actually paid attention. The first claim is that the Time Eater erased all of space and time across all of the timelines, which again is never stated or ever proven to be the case. What is stated is that he was working on stopping time in Sonic's timeline specifically, and that's what he achieved. Yes, folks, for those that need hearing aids, the word erase in this context does not mean eradication or destruction. It means the complete stoppage of time, which is what Tails openly asserts. And people also want to use this statement in conjunction. However, there's a massive issue with this. Again, it literally revolves around you taking this linguistically at face value. However, this requires contextual analysis. First things first, again, we know for a fact that Sonic's main base of attack comes from him running, his speed, right? So with that being said, Sonic running is linguistically applied in this statement. And defeating the Time Eater is what brought back time. It's literally what put time back in progress. So it is not linguistically incorrect for this statement to make that claim or that declaration of Sonic restoring space and time with his speed, because again, that's what he did. It just doesn't mean what everyone thinks. And this is exactly why I call Sonic the weak point merchant. Again, the reason why he beat the Time Eater in the first place was due to hitting its weak points and targeting them specifically. When it comes down to the Time Eater's true AP, it's literally shown that it is physically superior to Super Sonic. Also, a suppressed incomplete Time Eater beat the absolute donkey fuck out of base Sonic, and the full powered one literally one-shotted him. So I just have to ask, how the fuck is Sonic this powerful to y'all, yet y'all can't get any of his feats correct? And the last feat I'm going to mention in this video, Shadow, Sonic, and Silver all defeating Solaris. Now, Solaris is someone who is literally superdimensional in nature. He's a superdimensional being. Now, superdimensional is just beyond the order of dimensions. Now, when it comes down to the order of dimensions, a lot of people love to lie and say that Imaginary World has an additional 4th dimensional spatial axis, which is never stated, never shown, and never proven. Imaginary World is quite literally called a 4D space by definition. I don't know where y'all got that from, but Imaginary World does not have an additional spatial axis. I don't know who told y'all that, but y'all have to let it go. So including that with the Sonic multiverse, Solaris would then end up being 5D, which I'm fine with. However, there's a lot of issues with this because again, Sonic, Silver, and Shadow do not scale to Solaris. If anyone's actually played Sonic 06, y'all would know how asinine it is to ever attribute Sonic, Shadow, and Silver's power to Solaris. Also, another reason why I call Sonic the weak point merchant, because again, he could not physically damage Solaris's body. He had to target his weak points in both phases of the fight. So again, for clarity, each of the Hedgehogs had to jump in and swap turns as a means of hitting one specific weak point. And upon doing this, they still could not even kill him, with multiple statements of Super Sonic even alone not being able to handle the Solaris. It isn't until the Chaos Emeralds then create a miracle off of Silver's feelings, and because of that, it allowed Princess Elise to go back to the past and blow out the flame that created Solaris in the first place, thus finally killing him. So no, Sonic does not scale to Solaris in the slightest. To be honest, the best I could give Sonic, and that's literally being generous, is Universal to Uni Plus, and that's like, that is stretching it beyond belief. I am being so nice giving that. And before the Sonic fans jump on my dick, yes, I have quite literally seen the scaling that get him higher than this. It's not good. As we mentioned before, there is no evidence that Imaginary World houses an added spatial axis So again, it wouldn't be 4D space, 1D time. Secondly, and most importantly, it's verbatim called a 4-dimensional space. So again, adding on anything additional would require context and proof, and you have shown none of that, Sonic fans. Now, moving on to the next argument, right, is that Sonic has the ability to defeat Eggman, who has the egg shield, and the egg shield is infinite, super other dimensional. A scan I have never seen. I've never seen proof for this. So until I do, I'm not talking about it. And now we finally get to speed. And I'm gonna really fuck a lot of y'all fans up when it comes to like y'all biases, because the fact that I have seen people try to say that this Sonic gets to infinite to a measurable speed fucking blows me. But you know what? Let's talk about it. This Sonic barely even gets to the speed of light. I'm gonna say that again for the niggas in the back. This Sonic barely even gets to the speed of light. I have seen people mention the whole thing about Sonic moving in places where time doesn't exist and all of that and stop time and all that shit. That gets openly contradicted by the statements and feats that we get shown later on down the line. Sonic is stated multiple times to be the speed of sound, and it is his specialty to attack at the speed of sound. As a matter of fact, this is so much so to where even someone coming to claim to be as fast as light is literally hyperbole.
In issue 50, Surge tells Sonic that he can't keep up with her speed of light, but he does. Are they truly moving at the speed of light?
No, she's arrogant.
Yes, I think that's what people don't realize, is that they're not actually able to move at the speed of light. She's not saying that she is actually doing that.
So for anyone saying that Sonic is infinite to a measurable speed, fucking how? Like, is it the Chaos Emeralds that get him there? Because that's a pretty fucking fat jump. Like, how? How are we getting these characters to these levels of strength when these statements actively exist? So with that said, Sonic is quite literally a uni plus to low multi fodder that only runs at the speed of sound and the speed of light, barely. Like, how the fuck? You know what? Let's get to Goku. And my Goku skill is well known by this point. I talked about it time and time and time and time and time again. So as a speed run, Goku and Beerus have the ability to clash and almost destroy the entirety of the universe having macrocosm. The universe having macrocosm houses the other world. The other world is stated to be abstract, non-physical, and above concepts of time and space. And as a low ball, is stated to be dimensionally above the living world, which is infinite 4D in size.